Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Wednesday, September 8th, or if you're listening to this on the other side of the world in Australia and New Zealand, it could already be Thursday the 9th. So welcome, everyone. Today the moon is in Libra all day. Moved into Libra later last night. And of course, Libra is a moon that likes peace, actually likes balance. It is a moon where we don't really like discord. People with Libra moons tend to avoid discord to the best of their abilities. It's not always easy. Because they don't always agree with what's being said or the things that are happening. But in order to keep the peace, they will often hold their tongue or not say anything. Or if it is said, it's said in a very diplomatic way, which of course is really the best use of that Libra moon. You don't want to necessarily keep your mouth shut, just not to cause trouble, because not speaking up can cause plenty of trouble, right? Today we have an opposition very, very early in the morning. In some places this happened actually yesterday, an opposition between Mercury, which is in Libra, and Chiron, of course, which is in Aries. This gives us an awareness around our wounds, our issues around identity, issues around toxic masculinity, perhaps, issues around bullying. There are a lot of things. And even Chiron in Aries can be an unwillingness to even stand up for yourself because you don't believe you deserve to be here, right? So these are all issues that can come up with Chiron in Aries. And the opposition to Mercury gives us an opportunity to talk about it. Now, the moon makes a supportive trine to the north node, to its own north node. And of course, the north node is in Gemini, and this is a flowing aspect between the moon of the present moment and the moon of what we aspire to in the future. Because they're both air signs, it deals with our ability to communicate and to relate on a mental level with people and an emotional level, because the nodes of the moon, after all, are the nodes of the moon, and the moon is how we react and respond to life. The moon is our emotions and our feelings. We also have the moon making a trine to Saturn. This brings stability to the moon. Of course, the moon in Libra isn't particularly unstable. It's a relatively stable moon, but it gets a bolster from Saturn and a seriousness from Saturn. And of course, Saturn is in Aquarius. So Saturn in Aquarius wants to build the structures of equality. And this moon in Libra can help that, as the Saturn can help the moon in this case. We also have the moon make an opposition to Chiron today. That happens later in the day. So we start the day with Mercury making an opposition to Chiron. Later in the day, the moon follows suit. And so it brings, Mercury is a mental thing, but the moon is an emotional thing. So we bring our emotions around our awareness of our woundedness. And then lastly, the moon and Mercury make a conjunction to each other in Libra, and this brings the emotions and the feelings together with the mind. So actually, quite a nice day. Mercury is in its pre-shadow, but pre-shadow isn't nearly as challenging as Mercury retrograde. But we still need to be able to go through some of our internal filters with stuff. So we still really can't take things at face value anyway. So we're looking at the newest hardy hibiscus that opens. This is I have two hardy hibiscus. I have the magenta one. Sorry, a huge truck just passed that to the house, so you couldn't hear me, I don't think. I couldn't hear myself. Maybe you could hear me. And one is more maroon and so beautiful. And I think the magenta one is starting to make more flowers. So I think we're going to still see some of those when they come back in. But it's interesting because the yard has taken on a lot of pinks and, of course, purples at the end of the season. Usually there's a lot of purple. Usually there's a lot of orange, but I haven't seen the orange. And then, of course, we have some yellow around, mostly with the, what is that called? Goldenrod, which I love. It's wild, it grows wild, but I still love it. I still think it's beautiful. And actually, let's go this way. I know you guys like to just kind of look through the garden and stuff. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if we can see some goldenrod maybe in the... As you can see, I've been cleaning up a bit. I had such a pile of brush here the other day that you could barely get around it. And I cleaned it up yesterday. It has to be cool enough. Yes, you can't see the goldenrod necessarily from here. And this is called it's called a rice plant. It's called Cape Cod bamboo. It grows crazy everywhere, but it smells really nice. But you can't kill the stuff. You can only hold it back a bit. And so this is holding it back a bit, which isn't much because it's like twice the size of me tall was. But yeah, so this is the late summer garden. And it's interesting because the light changes at this time of the year. There's a golden glow about the light at this time of the year that I absolutely love. And then, of course, as the trees change, we actually then everything turns gold, right? Gold and orange and all those beautiful fall colors, which I look forward to sharing with you. I might actually, the Seeds of Transformation may go on the road yet again. I just was invited by a good friend of mine to come visit her. And she lives in one of the most beautiful places that I've seen on the planet. She lives in the San Juan Islands in Washington. So that, I think, is happening in October, guys. So you can follow me on that trip as well. And there are plenty of gardens and beautiful things to see there as well. So I'm excited to be able to go, and I'm excited to be able to share it with my viewers and my friends out there. And then, of course, we have these flowers, after Ida came through, were over on the side, drooping, falling over. My husband's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "What happened? Ida happened." And so he fixed it because he's good like that. So he had to prop it up a little bit, but it looks fabulous, I think. And just such a happy space. And and I know for a lot of you, walking through the garden is a highlight for you. So I'm so happy that I'm not the only one who gets to enjoy all this beauty. I'm mostly the only one who gets to enjoy trying to clean it up on occasion, but that's okay. It's a labor of love. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe, and take care of yourselves. I think it's going to be a good day to talk, a good day to get together, come to agreements. I think it'll be easier today than most days. So take care, everyone. Namaste.